Got a bit of an update to the Boogie2988 fatty coin situation. Boogie2988 issued a tweet this morning at 9 hours ago, so like 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. his time, saying that if he can have any fans who prove that they were lost money, he'll apologize to them and do everything in his power to make them whole. But the fans have to prove that. So first of all, what do they have to prove? Do they have to prove that they lost money? Do they have to prove that they're a fan? Do they have to prove that they're subscribed to him on Twitter and Patreon and YouTube and TikTok and all the other places? Because that's a little ridiculous. He also said that he had every single coin he owned burned and deleted from the internet, which is doing the exact opposite of that. It's increasing the value of the other holders. And obviously, the people who dumped love to have that happen beforehand because it would have made their holdings more. But the people who lost a lot of money already probably already got rid of their coins and are not in a good mood. You really shouldn't be doing that. There are multiple issues here that the Security and Exchange Commission is more than likely going to be looking into because it is absolutely ridiculous that Boogie was able to manipulate the market like this in a manner that basically just he got 10 grand to promote a fake, well, not fake, but a crypto token meme coin that people bought and then investors dumped and made a bunch of money on. And a bunch of other people lost money. It's statistically impossible for nobody to lose money in any type of investment. There's a lot of things I have wrong with it. I have a lot of feelings I have about investments, but in general, people who invest in more secure things like stocks and bonds will end up over the long run making more money than people who invest in crypto. People who invest in crypto generally are gambling and looking for short-term major gains. And unfortunately, it's something that Boogie probably wanted because Boogie has no money left after he spent over $1 million on a bunch of nonsense. Um, Boogie's net worth isn't zero because his house is worth more than what his mortgage is, and I imagine that the house he owns that his mother um, had, his parents' house that he owns, he inherited, is likely worth at least, I don't know, 20 grand. He could probably fix it up and get 100 grand for it after investing maybe 20 grand, you know, $80,000. Oh, but he also inherited it, so he had no cost basis for that. So really, it's an 80 grand increase. If yeah, or what he could do is he could sell the house in Northwest Arkansas and move there. I don't know. Maybe he likes his doctors, but this whole thing with the crypto thing is really bothering me because unfortunately the laws surrounding crypto are not as strong as the laws surrounding securities, which are stocks and bonds and things of that. They are still considered a investment, and the laws should be the same, but the Securities and Exchange Commission is not as powerful to regulate it. And yes, the thing about the blockchain is everything is public. So if Boogie or another person, if Boogie creates a meme coin and that person gets the coin and decides that they're going to use the coin to buy cocaine, we know that happened. So despite the fact that people say that cryptocurrency is safer and everything than fiat currency, it's not. We can it's not more private, it's not safer, it's more volatile. Yes, I understand that fiat currency fluctuates in value based on everything around it, but cryptocurrency is much more volatile. I'm going to go ahead and look at the price of Fatty Coin right now because I imagine that it's worth less than the 4 tenths of, or 4 1 millionths of a cent that it was worth this morning. It's actually fine. It's not. Yes, it is. It's down to 22K in liquidity and a market cap of 33K with a value of tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, tens, hundreds, thousands. Actually, I'm sorry, it was a value of 3/100,000ths of a cent earlier this morning. It's now down, or 4/100th of a cent. It's now down to 3/100,000ths of a cent with a drop of 10% over the last hour. 1.9K in trading volume today with 1.7K going sold with 35 sells and 9 buys for a total of 214 with 5 different buyers and 32 sellers. So yeah, somebody bought 4168 for 1.1 million fatty coins, or 0.2707 Solana, which I don't know what Bitcoin's worth right now. Bitcoin's probably worth something decent. Bitcoin is up $107 today at 62,147. But it was 62,162 earlier today. It's up decently over the month. It hit 70,000 a coin at one point. I had that crash in 2022, and then it went back up. But the thing with that is it's being pumped up a lot, and then it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But with Bitcoin, at least, there's some stability. It was the first one. Everybody knows that it actually works. You can use it to buy things. I know that some companies still accept it. Elon Musk has been accused of actually using Teslas to mine cryptocurrency, which is hilarious. Boogie2988 said they drove 11,100. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. 11,100 miles to New York State to film Local Live with Keemstar? But doesn't make any sense. Kansas. Where does Keemstar? Oh yeah, that's where Keemstar lives. He lives in Rochester. At least as far as I know. He's from 1,081 miles. So Boogie probably meant 1,100 miles. Oh, I didn't realize how Arkansas is kind of like the South. It's next to Mississippi. So yeah, okay. So let's see what I'm gonna definitely go ahead and look at the Low Cow Cow podcast later, because I figure that when this episode comes out, it's gonna be one of the ones I want to watch. Somebody called the Sugar Show at MMA Addict 9 tweeted, Charlie put it great in his video, referring to Penguin Zero. Why the F would you scam that? What little fans you have left, and why do you think your bills make it right? I get up every effing day and go to work like I'm supposed to so I can pay mine. Why can't you? Why not get disability? What you did, ellipses. I figured Boogie responds. I figured the fans that I had left either knew enough about crypto to buy it, or most people were smart enough to not buy a coin from the idiot who lost everything to crypto. But that's a little bit. That's a little ridiculous. Um, Another person tweeted, this is at ABDEasy. My interest is finding out if this is illegal, and Boogie says possibly I got paid to promote it before I sold a single coin. I in fact had my devs burn the entire supply, delete it from the internet. If it's illegal to get paid to promote this, I guess we'll find out. So that means basically he took all of his coins and burned them and got rid of them. Absolutely ridiculous. So apparently he said he showed how he paid off the money. If you remember from the doc, he needed Fallout 5. He needed something. He needed a bunch of video games. This is after somebody accused him of spending $5,000 on magic cards. He paid $1,000 for a past due credit card maxed out from previous medical debts. $550 for Ozempic. $500 on medical debt. $189 on new medication they wanted me on for almost a year and I couldn't afford. And I set the rest aside for a colonoscopy, a bone density test, and a bone marrow biopsy. If there's anything left over, I might get a Mountain Dew and a pack of cards to help make up for the colonoscopy. Now, if you remember, he actually said he wasn't ever going to drink Mountain Dew again. He actually said he's never going to drink Mountain Dew again back when he had gastric bypass. But if you get a $10,000 paycheck for XYZ and you have to pay off a credit card, that's a good thing. Pay for a weight loss drug when you're super morbidly obese. Okay, I'm cool with that. Why isn't insurance covering it? Insurance probably should cover that. I'm pretty sure he has type 2 diabetes too. So insurance because Ozempic is off label for weight loss. It's on label for diabetes. It's off label for weight loss. The $160 on the new med that they wanted to try that he couldn't decide for a year. That's interesting because doctors probably gonna be like, why? Doctors can work something out with you. Pharmacies can work something out with you. You can at least try the medicine. A lot of times you can get a free sample. I mean, if it's something where it's like you really can't afford it, they can work something out for you. There's a ton of stuff. Most doctors, my doctor's office, right? My doctor's office has multiple things in it. It's got a dentist, doctor's office, therapy, pharmacy. So it's multiple floors. But one of the things it has in it on the basement floor is a place where you can go and just be like, hey, I'm having trouble, or hey, I don't understand what's going on with my insurance, or hey, I'm having trouble with XYZ, or why'd you send me a bill? And they take care of it for you. Like I had to go there today because they sent me a bill. They sent me a bill for a lab error, and I went, I'm not paying this. And the insurance company said they're not paying it. I'm like, let's send the bill to the lab, and they worked it out. But yeah, that's okay. He should have worked something out. And then on top of that, Keemstar said he was paying for the Ozempic. So what happened to Keemstar paying for the Ozempic? 500 on medical debt. Okay, fine. I'm lucky I live in New York, so medical debt cannot affect my credit score. It used to be able to, but as of yesterday or last year, it can't. But it can still cause issues, but it can't it can't cause huge issues. Um, and then the bone density test, a bone marrow biopsy, and a colonoscopy. He's over the age of 40. He needs a colonoscopy. You're supposed to have your first one at like 40 or 45, and people my age, I'm 20 years younger than Boogie. People my age actually start getting colon cancers now because of the way things have been going. Um, so I understand that why he needs the colonoscopy. Insurance should cover that. It's actually a preventative procedure, so insurance should be covering that. Bone density tests, that's probably because of the testosterone issues. He's got to see what's going on with all of that. And then the bone marrow biopsy is from the polycythemia vera, which I'm actually going to do some research on polycythemia vera. Now, keep in mind, I am not a medical doctor, but I have dated one, and I do find it very interesting learning about diseases and pathologies, especially because it's really cool. Plus, I have an interest in language, and medical terminology makes me giggle sometimes. I know it's a fun narrative, Boogie. I know it's a fun narrative that I spent 5K on a weight loss drug, but how does one spend 5K on a month supply of a drug that costs $5.50 with a monthly coupon? You can't buy more than 1 month at a time. You object the Bills fans threw on the field when Rob Gronkowski threw it 69 or scored a 69th touchdown. Please use basic common sense. I understand getting mad because I launched a stupid meme coin. I actually did that, and me saying I did it because of a weight loss drug was a joke. That's why I typed LOL. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't like that. Like that he's just defending himself for the weight loss drug. Oh, apparently 550 was to get the insurance. And I was going to spend 500 of the podcast money, which is the Lolcout Live, on Zepbound anyway. Then June 30th, Boogie. Through diet, exercise, and taking Zepbound, I went from 424 to 407 in 27 days. That's about 17 pounds or a half a pound a day, which I'm hoping this month I can do everything I can to match or surpass it. That's actually not bad. Going down to 400, going down 17 pounds at his weight. That's not unhealthy. That's not too fast of a weight loss. I actually think that's good. Problem I have is that, like, he's all defending that he's like, I need this Ozempic. And Zepbound, Ozempic, they're all GLP-1s. Yo, you're not anymore. It's discharged. Also, you traveled. Boogie's a felon, so he probably can't go to Canada. But he was talking about how he went to the UK on parole. which he did, but it was for work, technically. Crypto Bros. What? Fleeing the authorities? People are accusing Boogie of trying to flee the authorities. It's just a mess. But yeah, over the next little bit before the Mariners game starts at an hour, I'm gonna be looking up some stuff on polycythemia vera, the pathology of it. I do know, and this is from Boogie's mouth himself, that being on testosterone, which he is on, and being obese can cause polycythemia vera, because it increases the thickness of your blood and makes you produce more red blood cells. Um, it's a common thing that a lot of bodybuilders who take gear have to deal with. That's why they end up doing therapeutic phlebotomy or even just donating blood. And there's a blood shortage, so yeah, that's good. But I don't think Boogie can donate blood. What a wild day.